So I just wrapped up doing a market prediction for 2023, and the whole video wound up being really generic and didn't come to any real conclusions because obviously, as we know, the market is going to be super dependent on what happens with inflation, and inflation is going to dictate what happens with our mortgage rates, and mortgage rates really dictate what happens with our market then. But I did want to jump into some actual data from our market. I'm a realtor in northeastern Pennsylvania, and areas that I focus on are Lake Wallenpaupack and Masthope. So if I jump into our actual MLS right now, so I'll take you right to the start. This is our back end of the MLS that only agents can see. And if I go into a community like Masthope, which sells a decent amount of homes each year, it's certainly not the biggest, but definitely not the smallest, 11 active homes on the market. But if I click on closed and I do 12 months back that you see here, 69 homes have sold each month. So that's less than 6 each, or I'm sorry, 69 homes sold each year. That's less than 6 each month. So if I go to change this to 6 months from the 12, half a year, 33 homes sold within the last 6 months. And if you kind of think back to what's happened with the economy and with mortgage rates and with inflation, they started raising these rates about 6 months ago. So we thought that was going to have a drastic effect, but we still sold 33 homes. And even if you're still counting in, okay, well, maybe people were under contract at that point and those homes sold, 33 sold in the last 6 months. If I tick that down to 3 months, then it's still 16 homes have sold in the last 3 months even. And the last 3 months include Christmas and the cold weather, snow, Thanksgiving, a general slowdown, especially in Masthope, because although it is a 4-season community, we're seeing that it does sort of slow down in terms of its activity between when the pools and the beach closes and the skiing opens back up. Skiing is open now, but this data isn't going to reflect any closed data from that time because it just opened up about a week and a half ago or so. So going back to our MLS, 16 homes sold in the last 3 months, and if I go back up to 12, you see that was 69. So that's showing that the market really hasn't slowed down in terms of total homes sold. I'll do another video if you'd like on what's happened with housing prices, but we haven't seen a drop in those either. If I change this, I'll delete Masthope. And I'll leave the subdivision open, and we'll go to Lake Wallenpaupack. So this shows us all the lakes in our MLS, and I can search by lakefront as well. So in the last 12 months, 35 lakefront, Wallenpaupack lakefront homes have sold. If I drop that down to 6 months, 22 homes have sold. So we've sold more homes, much more homes, many more homes in the last 6 months than we did in the 6 months prior to that. So basically, I mean, we're looking at the first half of the year, because as I shoot this, it's December 28th. So we can confidently say that most of these were going to be from the first half of 2022. Most of these sales are going to be in the latter half of 2022. 12 homes sold in the last 6 months. And if I go down to the last quarter, 11 homes sold in the last quarter. Again, with the slowdown that we typically see, seasonality with colder weather and people not out shopping as much, we're still on pace to be pretty flat throughout the year, and we haven't seen big peaks or big drops. So just interesting to see that. If you have any questions on a specific community that I can help run numbers for, if you wanted to see what's happening with home values, days on market, I'm happy to do those videos as well. My name is Will Claus. I'm an associate broker with Davis Archant Realtors at Lake Wallenpaupack, and I'd love to hear from you and help answer your questions. Thanks again.